Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we are going to be getting the Honda prepped for race day. Race day is just 4 days away for me right now. We had our new slicks come in. I got them already mounted up, and I'm gonna be putting them on the car just to make sure they fit. They are quite a bit wider than the wheels I have on now. So I wanna make sure they'll fit and clear the brakes, because if not, then I need to order spacers.
That's brake fluid. Right here, bro. I look like a rapper.
Video, dumbass.
They already did not fit. Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck yes.
Nice.
Dude, that's like a monster truck, bro.
Yeah. Went to AutoZone. They have a little spacer for us. Very, very ghetto, but I'm trying to race. So, let's see if it works now. Oh,
Dude,
racing, baby. We're fucking racing. We are now fast forwarding to, I think today is Wednesday, and we have some more stuff we need to do to the Honda. Last you guys saw was, I think, mocking up the slick on the car. I don't know if I got a clip for you guys, but they are very wide. They stick out to like here. So it's gonna look a little goofy. That's all right with me though. We lowered the car with the wheel on just to see how much clearance I have from the fender to the tire, and it is like a millimeter. So I was trying to raise the car because it does have coils on it, but I did not have the spanner wrenches for this car. I have mine for my STI, but different sizes. So I reached out to the old owner, and he came in very clutch and gave me the spanner wrenches for these coils. So now I can go ahead and get this car raised up, and it should clear just fine. I think we're gonna raise it about 2 inches just because I want more clearance, but not enough. I would be very sad if I destroyed these fenders. So let's get to raising this and see how it looks. Also, as you guys can see, as the car sits, it is clearly leaking some oil, and it looks like more brake fluid as well. So that's not a good sign. It is not coming from my drain, my oil return, which I've had oil leaks before. You guys can see, it's hard to see, I have oil sitting here. It looks like it's coming from my valve gasket. It is annoying how it leaks though. I mean, it's making my floors look gross. I mean, it's already chipping away from the weather and abuse, but this just has a lot of issues that are they're small, but the whole car just needs to get run through. So I think the game plan is after this weekend, Friday is when we're racing. If the motor survives, that'll be a miracle. If the motor survives, I probably won't tear into it yet. But if it blows up or something happens, then after this weekend, I will be pulling everything and doing a whole refresh build on here. I don't know when I will be getting to doing this whole rebuild, because this month is kind of a busy month for me. So we have racing this Friday on the 9th. After this weekend, my STI needs to be put together and sent off to Ranch Built. So all of next week, I will be getting the car put together and then sending it off to Ranch Built. I got a new turbo for it, and so I'll need a new turbo kit made. The turbo comes any moment now. Today, I'll pick up the camera and show you guys a turbo we got for it. But so it needs a whole new turbo kit, so fabrication can take some time, especially last minute. Shout out Ranch Built, Chris, thank you for getting me in. So, and then after that, on the 24th or the 25th, I am making a road trip to Tennessee. I will be trailering the STI to Gatlinburg for the Slammed Enough event down there. That's gonna be a crazy week, and then a week of driving since I am trailering it. So that'll be a fun video. I'm kind of wanting to do daily vlogs down there. I'm not quite sure what will end up happening, but I'm very excited. So I'm trying to get the STI running this month. If I have time, I want to get this torn apart, and I want to get Bo's Evo running as well, all within a couple weeks. So we'll see what happens. I also had some other goodies come in. I ordered my helmet and race suit for the track event, since I do have a helmet, I just didn't like how it looks. But I ordered the wrong size helmet, so I had to overnight a smaller helmet that actually fits my head properly, so the helmet actually does what it's supposed to. So unfortunately, where did I place it? This isn't small enough. This works for the top too. So I wasn't able to break this loose with the spanner wrenches, but good old trusty flathead and mallet broke it loose right away without damaging the, whatever you call that, the slits in there. So that was my main concern using a flathead, is I've damaged those before using them, and it makes it impossible to use a spanner wrench, but I got it broken loose. I don't think these were on here very tight. It took one hit and it broke loose. I forgot how lengthy of a process it is to crank it to get it the height adjusted. Right now I'm just doing the front two because obviously the slicks aren't fitting with the fenders. Well, the gap, at least, it fits, just the gap is not where I want it. But then my concern is the front end is going to be higher than the rear, and this is a front wheel drive car, so I want all the weight on the front side of it. So I think I'm going to raise the rear too and kind of give the car a little slant like this. It's going to look goofy, but anything to get better traction, control. I just want to go fast, so I can always readjust it later after this track day, but we're making progress now. I got it raised about an inch. You can kind of see the color difference from the dirt and buildup. So I'm gonna throw on the slick, lower the car, and see what the clearance is looking like, if I need to make it higher or even lower it a little bit more. So let's see. Just take a look at how wide that is compared to the fender. I have seen the Hondas, the Fast Boy Hondas, that have the fenders that are like a wide body fender. I'm assuming for this exact reason. Might not be too bad of an idea to order those and just swap fenders every time I'm racing, so I don't have to keep adjusting the height all the time. So I might look into that. It can't be that expensive, and I probably wouldn't paint it. I would just wrap it in whatever color I redo the car in. I'm gonna go ahead and lower this now and see what my gap is like. So I don't know if I am going to raise the car more. They are 18K springs, so I'm not too concerned about when I'm braking hard it dropping down and rubbing. I might end up raising it a little bit more. I'm gonna do the other side, raise the rear, and then see how this is looking after I raise the rear. I just got this coil raised another inch as well, so I'm gonna put on this slick, bolt it back on, drop it, and then see how even they are on both sides, if I need to adjust one side more than the other, and I'll get a better reading of how it fits because I'll have two even sized tires on both sides. Also, as you guys saw, when I was first putting on the slicks, they did not clear the control arm or whatever this. It didn't clear and it was rubbing. So of course I don't have any 4x100 spacers, so I went to AutoZone and picked up some 5mm 4x100 spacers to put on, and it barely clears. There's like a millimeter space left, which is fine. It's not going to rub. These are very sketchy. These are very shitty material. They're not hub centric, anything that I would ideally run on any vehicle. But since we are in a time crunch and I can't get anything in as race days in 2 days, these will have to do for now. I will get some proper spacers ordered, so I'm not using these sketchy little things. I mean, they were 20 bucks, so I can't complain. Nice ones are like 150. So they'll serve the purpose for right now. After race day, I'm most definitely changing them because it is very sketchy. So I got both of them mounted. I just went ahead and measured the clearance, and they're both about very close to 1.5 inches, which I think is going to be just perfect. I'm gonna raise the rear now because this car, it's hard to tell on video, but it's slanting this way, this being the nose of the car, and I want it to be like this. So I'm gonna raise the rear probably in maybe 2 inches and go from there. I just can't get over how goofy these slicks look on the car. It's just obnoxious how wide they are, but at the track, this isn't going for looks. I'm just going for speed, so it will do for right now. I think I'm most definitely gonna order those fenders though. This is just, at least for my picky eye, is just atrocious. This is not acceptable at all. So I'm gonna order those wide fenders. Obviously they won't be here in time for track day, which is fine. This car will see many, many, many more track days in the near future, and then I can get this car dialed in and how I want it sitting anyway. Nothing about this car is really exactly how I want it, but I'm gonna be going through, changing it, making it unique to me, because I mean a lot of this stuff, I mean almost everything was the previous owner already had the K20, already turboed. I did put a bigger turbo on it. I changed the fuel regulator, I put 2200 injectors in and put it on E. That's about it that I've done. I've changed some small pieces here and there, but the overall build of it was not my own, and I want it to be my own. So I'm gonna be putting in that K24 still, unless this doesn't give out this weekend. Then I'll be pulling it anyway, cleaning up the engine bay. So I just finished now doing the rear passenger side, raise that another inch as well. I'm gonna put the wheels back on the TEs, lower the car, see how it sits. If I like it, I'll call it a day. And that's how she fits. I'm pretty happy with how that sits right now. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna keep these slicks on for now. I'm gonna put the TEs before I load it on the trailer. I'm just gonna put the TEs on. It'll look pretty on the trailer on the way to the track, and then I can switch it to the slicks when I'm there. My new turbo for my STI just came in. I'm beyond excited. Like I mentioned earlier in this video, in this coming week, I need to get my car put together as much as I possibly can, and then the car needs to go off to Ranch Built. That's who does all of our fabrication for our cars. So now this is the last piece I've been waiting on. My motor is at Josh's shop. We're just waiting on my bearings to come in, which I think they have just come in. So my motor will be put together soon, and the car will be put together, and it'll be running very soon here. The car is now all done. It is now ready for track day. Trailer is getting dropped off, I think tonight or tomorrow morning. So tomorrow we'll get the car loaded up, so it's just all ready to go Friday morning when we leave. I'm very excited. I hope this car performs. I will be bringing some spare stuff too, just in case something does happen. I'm bringing tools so we can try to fix it at the track if it's not super devastating. Like I mentioned earlier, I got my RaceQuip racing suit and helmet, but this helmet is a little bit too big. I did not read the size chart correctly. So I had to overnight another helmet. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure this fits right now, or else I'm kind of screwed, or I'll have to just deal with a bigger helmet. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this on, make sure it fits. That's gonna be it for today's video. We got the Honda all prepped for race day. Helmet fits, which is good. STI turbo came in. Today's been a very, very good day for me. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the track.